I'm the one who helps out Sasha Grey with her broken down car. And by helping her out with her car, I mean helping her out with her car. And there's a chance. We have 4 more PG porn scripts. It's been hard to find the time, and frankly, Spike got scared off because the scripts were a little too racy for them. And so we need to find somebody else who will finance it because they cost at least $800 an episode.
Thanks so much. Good luck with it.
Thanks for your question. I'm a bit of a, you've been making films since you were a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Like 8mm films?
Yes, I started making 8mm films when I was about 11 or 12.
And even then, they had sort of a dark, twisted violence.
I've been killing, like one of my first movies I ever made was killing my brother Sean as a zombie. And, Sean Gunn from the Gilmore Girls is also one of the stars of Super. And, I've always had that sort of attraction to the darkness.
Obviously, it's got to be a lot more fun now when you got a little bit of a budget to
It was definitely more
effects.
fun. Definitely more fun back then.
Oh, it was?
Without the pressure. But I love filmmaking, and I love exploring areas that other people don't. And you were talking before about the low budget and what do you get out of that. And for us, it's like Super is a movie that could never be made by a studio. It couldn't sustain a large budget. But by making a movie like this for a small budget, we actually have a chance to make a profit, have people go see it. And, everybody in Hollywood today seems to want to make movies for everyone. And Super is not that. It's a polarizing film, it's a violent film, it's a dark film, but it's a movie for some people. And I hope that the people in this crowd are at least some of those people. But I think that making films for a lower budget, you can take more risks. And it was really fun because
Was there one particular special effect that was complicated in this?
Rainn has his character has a spiritual awakening in which his skull is removed and tentacles clean up his skull and the finger of God comes down and touches his brain. Normal
Standard.
scenes.
Yeah.
And that was kind of difficult, yeah.
That was a hard shot?
A hard scene, yeah.
What about the guy who gets his legs clipped by the car?
That's my brother. Well, I don't want to give the.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's.
That was a much easier shot.
Much easier. All right. What's your name?
My name's Brandon.
All right.
Mr. Gunn, this one's going back a few years to your days with Trauma.
Yes.
And I was wondering how Trauma films helped influence your filmmaking mentality going forward.
It's huge. Trauma taught me not only about filmmaking from start to finish, from casting a movie, writing a screenplay, finding the locations, all the way through putting a movie in the theaters. But they also taught me how to really think with both sides of my brain, both the directing side and the producing side. On this film, on a regular movie, you get maybe between 12 and at the most 20 camera setups a day. On Super, we were doing between 45 and 54 camera setups a day. And that came completely because I learned how to manage my time in a way to work on a little budget and work quickly. Luckily with actors who are willing to move at that pace, because most actors are not able to do that.
So how many days total did you shoot?
24 days.
24 days. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brandon, right? Was it Brandon? Brandon, thanks. All right, next.
The dude with the cool hair, my exact question that I was going to ask, so thank you.
My name is Bill. I was wondering, is Ricky Gervais, this is kind of a two-part question, is Ricky Gervais